We apologize for that. We had an internet issue up here in the booth, but we are back. Nothing of importance happened in the minute that we lost you guys there. But there is now 8 minutes to go here in this second half. The Fords on the offensive attack. We have hardworking members of HSM trying to fix our issues here. Hardworking bunch here at Haverford Sports Media. Ford's offense here. McGeoch has an open look here. Pass midfield to her twin sister. We apologize again sincerely for that internet issue. All of a sudden the stream's just down and it says that we lost internet. Luckily we are back. We are back connected to the internet, and there is 7 minutes left in this soccer match. Durfee kicks that ball up right to a Harrington striker, I should say. Seavey, that ball sky high. Durfee running left side for it. Gabriella Campbell fighting for it now. Left corner, Gabriella Campbell has a look. Oh, referee signals Harrington ball. Forwards faithful, not happy about that one.
Student section is not happy about that one either.
I understand the call, but at this late stage, let the girls play.
There is a Harrington injury on the field.
Referee will signal for an injury timeout, and we will take a quick stoppage. We're back here at A.G. Cornog Field after that short stoppage. 6:19 to go in this second half. Harrington free kick. That ball up towards the 50-yard line. Pinballed around a couple times, but Tess Durfee clears that past the center field. Forwards have a look here. Wiedemann right side. Woolard comes way out of the goal there. Luckily for her, defense helps her out, but that could have been a risky play for Harrington. .55 to go here in this second half. Just under 6 minutes for one of these teams to make something happen. Attempted high kick there. He's going to kick that Harrington striker in the face. Harrington will now have a free kick, or I'm sorry, a throw-in, I believe they're going to give him. There will be a free kick from the 26-yard line or so. This could be big. That ball spiraling in towards the box. Molly Carpenter's there. McGeoch knocks that ball out of the zone. That ball is cleared. Great defense by the Fords. Harrington had an open look there, but the Fords just stop it. That ball could have been bad by Maddie McFillan, but Deegan Mack was down there to attempt the stoppage.
The Fords are shutting down every Harrington attack. They keep doing this. They will not let up a goal. With Jordan Carpin goal as well, Fords seem to be in a good position defensively and offensively. If they can just sneak one in and get the victory.
Tess Willard's done a great job in goal so far. You cannot really be angry at the performance that we're seeing. This is just textbook soccer. Really impressive fundamentals on offense and defense by both of these teams. This is good soccer. Giak has Eva Zafran grabbing at her back, but no whistle here, no stoppage. Under 5 minutes to go in this second half. Harriton looking in. Ford's defense has to stay strong. They cannot let up. They have an open look at the middle of the field. Jordan Karp will get there before Zefron can. Another huge stop for the Ford's defense. 4 minutes to go here. Jordan Karp flies that ball up. Gabriella Campbell will get there. Hard contact there between her and Cecilia Honeyman. Honeyman's a name that we kept hearing today. She's a senior, and she has played a pretty good game today. Not had a great year and not too much stats to show, but she has played well. That ball looking to cross in for Harriton, but Gillespie, I believe, was there for the stop. She'll get tripped up, but a huge stop and a much-needed stop for the Fords.
Connor, this is what I am talking about. The Fords are just shutting down Harriton on all fours. Very interesting to see, as we have seen it all season.
Still scoreless here. 3 minutes to go. Ford's looking to make something happen, but the Harriton defense just does not allow it. The back four in tandem with Tess Woolard in goal. It's just been on. Haverford has been unable to get anything going. Woolard having herself a day in goal. 10 shots faced by Woolard and 10 saves. That is an elite stat line for a goalkeeper. Slide, tackle there. Going for the ball, a clean move by Molly Carpenter for the Fords. Back 4, 2:26 to go in this second half.
Connor, we could be looking at overtime, possibly double overtime, if something doesn't happen soon.
Again, we've seen this one before. If you guys tuned in just a couple weeks ago, Haverford Radnor went into double overtime. Ended up a 0-0 tie. Very similar parallels as we said in the pregame today. This second half has been almost entirely Ford momentum. 2 minutes remaining. That ball crossed up midfield. Sophia Smolin tries to get that one, but huge stop again by the Fords. Molly Carpenter. Haverford had so many opportunities to execute early in this, late in this second half, I should say, which is unable to. Woolard again, 10 shots faced, 7 saves, 7 saves, 10 shots faced.
As we are approaching 1 minute, the score remains 0-0. Let's see if we can have a miracle at the end of this game.
Harriton fires one in. Just right of the goal. Almost a miracle for the Rams. That would have been a brutal finish to this game if that ball somehow snuck past Jordan Karp, as the Fords have fought and had almost all the momentum this second half. That would have been a rough finish. But this will be 42 seconds. No rush here, it seems. Looks like the Fords will be content with going into an overtime. They're confident with themselves, as they should be if they play anything like they did majority of this second half. I could see them sneaking one past Tess Woolard and putting this game in the stat book as a win. Harriton not giving up, though. Another shot here by Harriton could have been something special. We saw Sophia Schreiner running up that right side, but the pass was just too long. 10 seconds of counting, and that will wrap up this second half. All knotted up at 0. We apologize one more time for the technical difficulty we had, but this game is going into overtime. Jonah, what are the keys here for both of these teams as we head into this first overtime period?
Connor, I would say it would be to continue the shots on goal for both teams. But for Haverford, that doesn't seem to be working. Tess Woolard, like you said, 10 saves. It's almost like how how many shots can you take without scoring a goal? It seems like it's been a lot for the Fords, but if one of these teams wants to win, they have to keep the momentum for the duration of overtime. Keep it on their half and get past both of the... For Haverford, it would be get past the Harriton defense, which that back three is strong. For Harriton to get past that almost impossible Haverford back four.
That's exactly it. But, you know, we saw really 15 minutes there of Haverford completely controlling this game. And then the last 3.5, 4 minutes here, Harriton kept the ball in their own attacking zone almost the entire time. So this will be a very interesting first overtime period here. Again, golden goal, sudden death, next score wins. Connor Salveson, Jonah Jablonski. We will be right back.
And we are back for the first overtime period. The score remains 0-0 in this sudden death overtime. First team to score wins the game as we are just getting underway.
And again, this overtime period is brought to you by Wagner Real Estate. Gabriella Campbell out there at the midfield to start this overtime. Again, Ford's anxious to score. You could see student section on their feet. The bench is on their feet. The Fords faithful in the bleachers here are loud, ready to watch the Fords add another win to their record. 10 minutes on the clock in this first overtime. Again, if there is still no score after these 10 minutes, it will go into a second 10-minute overtime. And if there's no score after that second overtime period, it will go into the record book as a tie. Again, unless you're in the playoffs, there's no penalty kicks. Which, you know, I'm looking forward for this Fords team to make the playoffs. They're in pretty good position right now. If they can keep up the momentum they've had, they should clinch a district playoff spot in just a couple of weeks. Hopefully they have some home games, and we can broadcast some playoff games live for you guys as we are underway in this overtime. Fords now on the offensive end, looking to make something happen. Tripped up the right sideline, crossed into the midfield, found an angle there. Nora Burns backpedaling, trying to cover one-on-one here. Tripped up there. Great defense by the Fords. Wiedemann up this right side. We saw her in this position multiple times last week. Execute when she needed. That ball thrown in straight to Maddie Gillespie off the head of Caroline DiArcangelo. up towards the middle of the field. Forwards have a look here. That's bounced back upside to Rachel Marquezon. Gillespie and D'Arcangelo been fighting all day over the ball. Gillespie will win that face-off.
It seems as though this student section just keeps growing and growing despite it getting later and later in this game and this night.
Harriton student section moved from that far side over here towards the goal of their own. Tess Woolard. Again, now they switch sides one more time, so the forwards are scoring to your right, and Harriton scored to your left. Had a cross there, Tessa Wiedemann. If that ball just snuck past, that could have been a Burns to Wiedemann connection for the win. But the Harriton defense gets a foot in there, and this game not over quite yet. D'Arcangelo fighting with Gillespie again there. Wiedemann up this right side. We'll see what the forwards can do. Wiedemann has a look. Nothing there. Another good man coverage there by the Harriton defense. They've been doing that all day against Wiedemann. That ball fired back by Seavey. Deegan Mack. Mack will have a look here. Off Deegan Mack's face. The forwards will have a look here. Tripped up. We'll see what the referees signal here. Incidental contact. Wiedemann is down. She'll be helped up by Deegan Mack. I believe the call will be a forwards corner kick.
Connor, this could be the one. I know I've been saying it all night, but Wiedemann could do it for the forwards here with this corner kick.
We'll see what Wiedemann can do. The corner kick here, looking for an angled across. The forwards have a look. Harriton defense pops that ball up. Haverford keeps on fighting. That ball bounced outside. Nora Burns had a look here. Gillespie from the top. That ball sky high. Coming down towards Woolard. Just over the net. The perspective here. Looked like that ball might have just fallen in, but just over Woolard. Gillespie. What a shot, but no good. 7:52 to go in this overtime period.
Connor, it would be a shame if this thrilling game ended in a tie. I know I want to see a goal, and I'm sure you do too, Connor, as well as the fans, the student section, the players. Everyone is itching for a goal.
No matter who wins this game, we just know that we watched some of the most competitive soccer that we've seen all year. 7:24 to go. Haverford has controlled this overtime so far. Forwards trying to get something past the Harriton back three. Looks like they're running a similar 4-3-3 as Haverford is. Harriton looks to have a open look here, but Gillespie just getting in the way. Jordan Karp scoops that ball up with ease, and the forwards back on possession. Under 7 minutes to go in this first overtime. Next goal wins, as we said. This time Harriton with some momentum here, but a huge stop again by the forwards. McGeoch passes up. Durfee into the midfield. Nora Burns over to Gillespie. Gillespie playing really well for her first game back. Lots of minutes, not too much of a limited playtime as I expected. Nora Burns up that right sideline. Wiedemann running for it. Will she get there before it goes out the goal line? No, she will not. It'll be a free kick here for the Harriton Rams. Referee signals for a officials timeout here as they look to figure out what's going on here, talking to the coach of Haverford here on the sideline, talking to Harriton's coach, and coming to meet the other referee here at the midfield. The clock is stopped with 6:30 to go as they confer to see what the proper call is. As the referee comes over to make his call here. And they are just talking to the clock operators up here, I believe, to set the time. There's a miscommunication of what the proper time should be, and that is correct. 5 minutes and 25 seconds is the time that the referees say to put on the board. 5 minutes and 25 seconds, and that time will start right now. 5:20 and counting here. Forwards Rams both looking for just one goal for glory. Gillespie boots that ball way up. We'll see if the forward strikers can get down there quick enough. That'll be going towards that right sideline. Forwards have an angle here. Good move. Good defense here by Harriton. Just nothing.
Deegan Mack boxing that defender out. If the forwards can keep doing that, get an opportunity across the middle, could have a chance here. Matty Gillespie doing a good job of clearing the ball and getting it downfield for fellow teammates to get into position to score.
McGeoch, pass intended over their far side, will be picked off by a Ram defender, but the forwards still not giving up. There's Seavey again, that strong defense that we've seen all season. A juke move there is a little shifty play there by Haverford. That's Tess Durfee. No, yes, I believe that is Tess Durfee up there on the left side. Excuse me. 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go in this overtime period. Tess Willard kicks that ball out. McGeoch's there for the forwards. McGeoch, Nora Burns straight to her right. Good little kick pass there left over to her twin sister. Real no momentum here either way in this first overtime. That ball not where she wanted it to go. Durfee tries to get there, just not quite where she needs. Jordan Karp here, a good shot on goal. Harrington just right of the net. They had a wide open right side of the net. Jordan Karp could not have got there, but the shot just not on target. A huge break for the forwards. We'll see if Haverford can execute off of that mistake by Harrington. Haverford's fans on their feet screaming here for the forwards. Deegan Mack knocks the defender down. 3:14 to go in this overtime period.
Connor, I think that shot by Harrington hit off the right goalpost, inches away from ending the game as a Harrington player is injured.
3:05 to go here as our amazing trainer heads out there. Trainer Dave, Trainer Brendan. Best of the best.
There is an injury timeout, and in the meantime, we will take a break. We will be right back with you.
And we are back here at A.G. Cordog Field after that short break. That ball fired in. Short injury timeout here on the field, but there is 2 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Haverford has the offensive advantage here. That ball booted up by Seavey. Running out of goal is Tess Willard. Wiedemann running to get there, but Willard will get there just before Wiedemann can. And that ball attempted up towards her teammate in Ariel Katz, who has not done as much today as I expected from what she did last season. with an all-main line second team nomination, but still having herself a good night. Again, it's hard to compare these teams because Havard is such a tough team to go up against. Wiedemann's going to have an open look here on the right side, but Harrington's defense just outruns the Fords once again. 2 minutes to go in this first overtime period. Still scoreless, 0-0. Ford's knotted up here in the corner. Referee signals still Haverford ball. And this will be a throw-in from this back right corner here. Wiedemann looks inside. Fires that ball up over the head of her teammate. And Gabriella Campbell over Gillespie fires that ball up right of the target. 1:26 to go. Fords are fighting, not giving up quite yet. Here we go. Havard has a look here. Could this be it? A good move. Pass out in front, into the midfield, in front of the net. Pass right back. Wiedemann has an open look. Shot on goal. No good. Just chipped there by a Harrington defender just off the tip of her foot. A huge break for the Rams. Under 1 minute to go in this first overtime period. Jonah, it looks like we might be seeing 2 overtimes once again.
I think we will, Connor. This overtime has been the most exciting period out of the 3. Many shots on goal, many saves. Let's hope that second overtime is filled with just as much excitement if we do end up seeing it.
Not over till the clock hits 0. 30 seconds and counting here. Harrington will have a throw in, and we'll see if the Rams can take this game here with just under 20 seconds to go.
Seems as the student section has migrated to the other side of the field, preparing themselves for a Hartford game-winning goal.
And that will do it for this first overtime period. Jonah, what a game this has been so far.
I agree, Connor. This overtime, second half of that second period, very exciting soccer, some of the most competitive soccer we've seen all year in our 3 broadcasts. And Connor, I hope there is an end result that isn't a tie in this game. Both teams playing awesome. Both teams playing tough, aggressive, physical soccer. Let's see if a team can end it in this second period overtime.
We will get back to you guys in just under 3 minutes for this final 10 minutes of gameplay here at AG Coronado Field. And we are back for live coverage of this second overtime, the final 10 minutes of this Central League matchup. Next score wins, golden goal, sudden death, however you want to call it. It is time for one of these teams to take full control and finish this match. Harriton had the opening draw there as they will throw it in. Harriton now in white going to your right. Haverford in red going to your left here on the screen. Harriton's offense still in the attack. Haverford not been able to turn the ball over so far. Just 30 seconds played so far. No real action. Harriton still not able to get the ball into the zone. There it is. Haverford's defense once again. That ball kicked in. Harriton has a shot on goal. And it's good! Harriton wins the game! Just past the outstretched arms of Jordan Karp, the Harriton Rams win it in a thrilling fashion in this second overtime at AG Cornog Field.
What a shot by the Harriton attacker from the 30-yard line with a strike to the top right. Jordan Karp had a good game all day. I don't think anyone in the world could have saved that shot.
That was placed absolutely perfectly. That could not be any better. Jordan Karp made every last effort to get her fingertips on that ball, but it'll just sneak past, and the Harriton Rams will advance to 2-4-1, and the Haverford Fords will fall
to 4-3-1.
A brutal finish here for the Fords, but what a wonderful game. Not only, obviously, that play will be the highlight, the spotlight, the talk of the town in Delco soccer, but this entire game, the Fords have played fantastic. The defense, the back four that we saw from the Fords today, you can't let one play define a game. You can't let one game define a season. So there's highlights in the Fords that we saw today. Jonah, talk a little bit about what we saw, the good about Haverford today.
Haverford had a great defense as usual. When Harriton with that game-winning goal from the 30-yard line, the back four can't do much when you're shooting from that far away. But we talked about it once. We talked about it twice. We are going to talk about it again. That back four for Haverford looking great as usual. Even the attackers up there. Tess Durfee, Tessa Wiedemann. The midfielders, too. We can talk about the midfielders. Great game all around for Haverford. If you were the Haverford coaching staff, you are not at all yelling at your players. You are encouraging them. Coach Jackson has done a great job with this team. He has coached winners. He has coached good players with the mentality of wanting to win, even if that is not the outcome.
We apologize there for the slight technical difficulties, but we are all wrapped up here. Jonah, again, tomorrow night, Fords football over at Conestoga High School. Follow that game live on our social medias. And then Saturday morning, 10 a.m., Haverford boys soccer. Believe they're playing Downingtown West. That should be a good game. The Fords boys soccer team looks to get back on the winning streak after a couple of tough losses in the past week or so. And then next week, lots of HSM events. Stay tuned. Again, every week we post on Instagram a live schedule of all the events that we're covering. This is Connor Salveson, Jonah Jablonski. We are signing off for Haverford Sports Media with a final score of Harriton 1, Haverford 0.